I'm building my kingdom with you who voluntarily receive me. Behold, I stand at your door and I knock. Some of you are sitting back in there, got your door all locked up, hollering out, who is it? I don't mind telling you, Yahweh been Yahweh. And I'm calling out and saying, there's a terrible storm, it's a severe storm headed your way. And it's called the fall of Satan. And this is the time of Jacob's trouble. We, the exceedingly great army of so-called blacks in America, we are the foundation of the kingdom of Yahweh. We that are here now, we're the beginning. And you that have my spirit in you will work just as hard as I work to carry the message of salvation to our people. It's just in you to do it. It's not a pain, you look forward to it. Because you thank Yahweh for me not giving up on you. You thank Yahweh for my being merciful with you. So you want to go and show when my spirit is you, you want to take the same spirit out to my people. We're hidden under many symbols and parables in the Bible. For example, we are the parable of the lost son. Let's go to Luke 15. We are the parable of the lost son. Luke 15, starting at verse 11. Read.
And he said, a certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, and took his journey into a far country.
Where is that far country? Here in America. Read on.
And there wasted his substance with riotous living. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want.
Now this fulfills John 16:13, showing you things to come. Read on.
And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine.
Now that lets us know that we are being sent to feed with the swine. That's what's getting ready to happen. We're going to be sent to feed as swine. With swine. Not necessarily in the pig field, but to be let out as if we were a pig. That's all they're going to give our people. You just be out. A pig roots and eats garbage. Okay, read on.
And he would fain have filled his belly with the husks that the swine did eat.
So he's going to eat just like the pig ate. He's willing to eat just like a pig. Garbage. Read on.
And no man gave unto him.
Rough. That's the time of Jacob's trouble for real. That's coming down the line, isn't it? Read on.
And when he came to himself, he said, How many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger?
So my brothers and sisters are going to have to be made hungry before they'll come to themselves and remember their Father, Yahweh. So we are right on time going through the land this summer, teaching our people Yahweh is the name of your God. Read on.
I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion.
Praise Yahweh. See, we are yet a far way off. Read on.
And ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said to his servants, Bring forth the best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet. And bring hither the fatted calf, and kill it, and let us eat, and be merry.
Look what's coming to us. Just what we want. Food. But first we're going to have to be made hungry. But what we love most is coming to us. Barbecue. Fat calves. Read on.
For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found. And they began to be merry.
Praise Yahweh. It is clear that we have been lost. Lost from the knowledge of Yahweh, but is now found. Lost from Yahweh means we have been ruined as a people. In Yahweh we were raised high. In Yahweh we were raised high. Deuteronomy 7:6. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy God. The Lord Yahweh thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
1 Kings 9:8. Read.
And at this house, which is high, every one that passeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss. And they shall say, Why hath the Lord Yahweh done thus unto this land, and to this house?
Read on. 9.
And they shall answer, Because they forsook the Lord Yahweh their God, who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Egypt, and have taken hold upon other gods, and have worshipped them, and served them. Therefore hath the Lord Yahweh brought upon them all this evil.
Praise Yahweh. Now it's rather clear that in Yahweh we were raised high, but now we are fallen. Our forefathers left Yahweh's laws. Malachi 3:7. Our forefathers left Yahweh's laws. Read.
Even from the days of your fathers ye are gone away from mine ordinances, and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you.
Praise Yahweh. You see, our fathers left Yahweh's laws, and thus we have rebelled against Yahweh until this very day. Ezekiel 2:3. Read.
And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day.
Praise Yahweh. So that's why we are lost. Now, we think about being lost as simply not knowing the way home. But lost means a great deal more than that. We are the remains of a fallen city, Jerusalem. We are the remains of a fallen city, Jerusalem. Isaiah 3:8-12. Read.
For Jerusalem is ruined,
I told you. Read on.
and Judah is fallen,
I told you we are fallen. Read on.
because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord Yahweh, to provoke the eyes of his glory.
That means to provoke him to anger. See why we are fallen? See why our city is ruined? Why Judah is fallen? Who is Judah? Yeah. What did Yahweh choose Judah to do? How long? Yahweh chose who? He chose me. To be what? To be the ruler. But yet you have fallen. Why? Because your tongue, because your tongue and your doings are against Yahweh to provoke him to anger. Read on.
The show of their countenance doth witness against them.
See, the way your face look, you be trying to fool somebody that you in love with Yahweh. You be trying to grin when nothing is funny. But your countenance, the way your face look, is a witness against you. How can you walk around with a phony smile on your face and think your face is not a witness against you? Read on.
And they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
You did it. Read on.
Say ye to the righteous, that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings.
See why it's important don't listen to nobody wicked? See, the wicked, they're going to get their reward. You stay righteous. Because, see, you're going to get your reward. Verse 11, read.
Woe unto the wicked.
Here you come if you love wickedness. Read on.
It shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him.
Read on.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
Oh, man running for president among you saying he believes in gay rights. He tells the world he believes in abominations. No wonder we are fallen. We are a nation destroyed. Hosea 4:6. We are a nation destroyed. Why? Read.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God Yahweh, I will also forget thy children.
We are a forgotten children as a people here in the hills of North America because we reject Yahweh. When we reject Yahweh, he rejects us. Now, see, we don't understand what all that means, but I'm going to teach you what it means tonight. I'm blowing the trumpet. Praise Yahweh. I am blowing the trumpet of warning for all of us. Not a trumpet, the trumpet. This is a memorial blowing of the trumpets. Something we should keep in our memory. Never forget it. Something we should keep in our memory. We are a rejected people. And because we reject the knowledge of Yahweh, we now sit in captivity. Isaiah 5:13. I'm not making this up, children. Read.
Therefore, my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst.
In Hosea 4:6, Yahweh says we are destroyed. That means we are in a state of being destitute. I made a heavy statement and you just look so comfortable. Yahweh said we are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, therefore we are destitute. That means that we are without our own of anything. Because we reject Yahweh. Because we reject the knowledge of Yahweh, we are in a state of being destitute and without our own of anything. We're not in possession of our land, therefore we are subject to the wicked, unjust laws of another people. That leave you happy? We are in a state of want for all things in America as a people. You say, oh, that doesn't apply to me as a Hebrew Israelite. We are all the same people. And we are cut off as a nation of people. Not only are we devoid of knowledge, but we are devoid of freedom, justice, and protection. Huh? I said we are devoid of freedom, justice, and protection. Devoid, void. We less than void. The earth was without form and void. It was empty. We are devoid. We are less than empty. Because we reject Yahweh, we are devoid of protection and freedom and justice. We lack the guidance of Yahweh through his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which results in poverty. Why do we suffer poverty in America? Because we reject Yahweh. Yahweh is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We could live a perfect life if we were in the laws of Yahweh, according to Psalms 19:7. Because we reject Yahweh, we are in misery. Even when you come to this building and say, I want to work full time for Yahweh, and you don't mean it, you're in misery. It gets to be a long day here. 5 o'clock in the morning gets to be a real pain. 6 o'clock prayer hurts bad. When you're not in love with Yahweh, when you reject Yahweh. When you pretend to love Yahweh, 6 o'clock prayer is miserable. When we reject Yahweh, we suffer. We suffer the whole time we're around here. Wow, man. In your mind, this is a drag. Well, why are you here suffering like this? I got tired of suffering under that devil. I didn't think I'd have to suffer in Yahweh. You don't suffer in Yahweh at all. All you have to do is accept Yahweh. Let your doings be what Yahweh commands you to do. Serve Yahweh with gladness. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving. Enter into his courts with praise. Just make a joyful noise. You won't have to suffer. You suffer when you reject Yahweh. When you reject Yahweh, you enjoy sickness. See, when you reject Yahweh, you eat junk food. What? There come food again. See, you be drinking, slipping off and sneaking up on some alcohol. And that's forbidden by Yahweh. He forbids strong drink. Where is it? Proverbs what? 20:1. Read.
Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise.
Okay, dummy? All you dummies? Lovers of wine, you're a dummy. All my dummies hear me? You'll soon be raging and imagining all kind of vain things and not understand why your mind is deceitful above all things. You don't have much mind to begin with. You don't need wine controlling it. Coors beer. Manus Chappis. Huh? You'll be in a rage and don't know why. When you reject Yahweh, you will enjoy sickness. You will eat junk food and poisons and drink poisons and things that are destructive, and you will soon be sick. When you reject Yahweh, you have a chance to look forward to an early death. Your days will be limited on the earth. You must honor your father, that your days may be long upon the earth. Exodus 20:12. You want your days to be long on the earth, you must honor Yahweh by keeping his law. Got to honor your father Yahweh. Read.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord Yahweh thy God giveth thee.
So what's the key to longevity? Honor your father. Who's our father? And what does he give us in Psalm 19:7? Perfect law. Obey it. We are destitute of virtue. Why? Because we follow the ways of the heathen. Let's go to Jeremiah 10:2. Read.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
When we reject Yahweh, we are destitute of food. Uh-oh. We read that tonight. You love sleep, you're going to come to poverty. All you that love sleep. When you reject Yahweh, you will be destitute of clothing. You'll be destitute of shelter all across America. Why? Because we trust in the white man. That's going to bring a severe curse upon you. Jeremiah 17:5. I'm blowing the trumpet. Jeremiah 17:5. Read.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord Yahweh.
When we reject Yahweh, we are totally destitute of all shadow of influence in America and around the world. You didn't hear that, did you? I said, when we reject Yahweh, we are destitute of all shadow of influence. So-called black leadership in America do not even have the shadow of influence. What they think is influence is the white man's way of buying off so-called pseudo-intellectual. Although people with 1/10 of our population in America, they wield great influence. The president stops at all kinds of little small groups. A little evangelical group, a little small Cuban community group. A little veterans group. A little labor group, a little teachers union. There's 50 million of us in the country. 2 or 3 million of them, why do they have such great honor and influence, and you with 50 million have not even a shadow of influence in America? Because we reject Yahweh, most of our people do not possess the necessities of life. See, I'm giving you the reverse of the foundation in case you can't figure out what's going on. The Feast of Trumpets is the 4th festival. The number 4 signifies foundation. And I said, you are the foundation of the kingdom of Yahweh, and I'm building the kingdom of Yahweh, but I'm dealing with the reverse of the foundation, the other side of the foundation. I'm dealing with the negative side, that if you reject Yahweh, then you're the opposite of the foundation. You're on the opposite end of the blessings of Yahweh. Rejection. See, instead of being a foundation to go up, we have been destroyed. So our destruction is the other side of the foundation. And then we need to understand, well, why are we without influence in America? Some of our people act like they don't know. They make statements like, because we black. Oh, no. See, it's not because we are black. Because black people in America have influence. Africans, be 5 or 10,000 of them in the whole country, and they wield great influence. Few Mexicans in the country, they're black, they wield great influence. 1 million folk come up from the Bahamas, and they get treated with ambassadorial status, invited to the White House. They're black. Puerto Ricans and Grenadians and all these different people, they're all black. So no. It's not because we are black that we have no influence in America. It's because we reject Yahweh, our God. We constitute the needy of America. Why? Because we reject our God, Yahweh. As a family of people, we are completely destitute. Now, that doesn't make any sense in the world according to Amos 3:2. It doesn't make any sense in the world that we would be completely destitute as a family in light of Amos 3:2. Read.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
We shouldn't have to be punished when we're the only ones that Yahweh have known of all the families of the earth. But he said, I will punish you. if you reject me. Because we reject Yahweh, we are abandoned and placed under the authority of evil, wicked people. It's the only reason. We are abandoned. And placed under the authority of evil, wicked people. Why? Because we hate the statutes of Yahweh. We reject Yahweh. We want to make it any way we can outside of Yahweh. Let's try voting. I say, come to Yahweh. No, let's try voting. Voting, it didn't work either. Well, come to Yahweh. No, let's try college education. That didn't work for you either. Come to Yahweh. No, I think I'll try getting me a job. Oh, that didn't work either. Come to Yahweh. No, I think I'll marry me I think I'll go with a white man or a white woman. Oh, they took all your money and then quit you? Well, come on to Yahweh. He still loves you. No, I think I'll try it my way. I'll go to the preacher and get me some kind of religion. Seek any way but Yahweh. Because we lack the knowledge of Yahweh, we are renounced by nations of the earth. We are forsaken by the nations of the earth entirely. And because we reject Yahweh, we are left with a view never to return to power and rulership. We have the idea there's just no hope for us. We'll never rule. Oh, we have that idea among us as a people. Because we reject Yahweh, we have given up as a people and resigned ourselves to slavery under white rulership. Oh, I'm blowing the trumpet. Because we reject Yahweh, we are given to vice. Just love vices. Well, you know, I have this nicotine fit. I have this nicotine vice. I have this beer vice. I have this wine vice. I have these different kind of habits. Because we reject Yahweh, we become extremely wicked. We sin and break Yahweh's laws without restraint or guilt. Don't have no guilt either. You are just about finished when you cease to have guilt in breaking Yahweh's law. That's called your love has waxed cold. Matthew 24:12. You're in trouble now.
Know and rest your mind ashore. Our eyes have seen